Just a few days on from Bournemouth, of course. Have you sort of had a chance to reflect on the game and how have you felt looking back?
Yeah, I felt it was a good performance from us. Probably haven't deterred. Obviously, watching the game back of what I said after the game, I felt we were very much in the game, very much in the ascendancy. Real good commitment and togetherness from the group, and a real understanding of our roles and responsibilities. And it was pleasing to see. And I thought we put a really good fist of it against one of the best teams in the division. Obviously disappointed not to win the game. Looking back at it, with some massive chances and moments in the game where in time I'm sure we'll improve and get better. But all in all, it was positive. And hopefully we can build off that now and take it into Saturday's game.
Yeah, it's amazing what sort of positive 90 minutes can do for people's belief. I mean, just looking at some of the fans and some of us journalists as well, they're getting a calculator out, trying to figure out what else is needed for sort of survival. Have you felt that uplift in belief within the squad and within the fan base since Tuesday?
Within the squad, I mean, look, we focus what's at the training ground really, and we can't let our focus fear anywhere else really. We have to concentrate on what we're trying to do and concentrate on the job at hand. It's we're very much 11 games left. We want to try and be competitive in every single one of these games. From now to the end of the season, and if we're competitive, we'll give ourselves the best opportunity to win the game. So. Again, another tough game tomorrow against a Stoke team with quality all through their squad, on their bench, probably not on their bench. I know they've Michael's put together a really good squad there. Although maybe over the last few weeks they haven't probably picked up the results they wanted, they're still very strong all through their squad, and we have to be at our best to compete with them and then hopefully try and win the game.
And what's the week of preparation been like? Because I'm assuming you got back pretty early in the early hours of Wednesday morning. So once again, you've not been blessed with a lot of time. But how's the week been?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's obviously coming back from Bournemouth, and it was pleasing to see so many fans there. Really, it was a long trip, and to have 200 or 300 maybe fans there, I believe there was. It was great, and we're pleased we could send them home with a point and a decent performance. And our week's been obviously, we've been back in. We came back in Thursday. The boys were late on Wednesday, so a lot of the boys came in. Some of the boys came in recovered on Wednesday. Some had a day of rest, and Thursday, Friday we've been preparing for the game. So good couple of days preparation leading into this game, and we're looking forward to getting back at home and hopefully put a better performance than the last one we showed at home.
Yeah, back at London Road, obviously, this weekend. I think it's 4 championship games for the Posh without a goal. It's a very un-Peterborough United stat, but given Jack Marriott's return to the score sheet, someone like Joe Ward as well, and the creativity he's bringing, you must be confident of ending that run.
I hope so, yeah. I mean, look, that's the plan. We want to go and, like I say, we want to go and try and take 3 points at home. Regardless if we were playing against, it's vital. Your home form is really important in any season, and this is no different. So there is players in good form all through the squad really, and players playing in good, in their best moment, and we want to try and keep it at that. So like I say, it's important we get the preparation right again, and we try and get another good performance.
Yeah, Stoke haven't necessarily been scoring many, but then they don't concede many either. Where have you sort of identified their key threats?
I just think they've got good experience in their team, all through their team, right through the spine of their team again. You're talking to people like Jagielka and Sawyers and Joe Allen and Fletcher. If you just off the top of my head, really, those are real good experienced championship players, and I think Michael's put a good squad together there. Credit to him, he's put a really good squad of players together. So every game in this division is tough. It really is. It doesn't matter who you play against. It's really tough, and you have to be organised. You have to be good in your spell. You have to score in your spell, like we've done at Bournemouth. And this game will be no different.
And it's, I guess, a dangerous trap to look at their sort of form as a guide to how tough it's going to be. You've got to deliver in that 90 minutes.
Absolutely. Form's irrelevant in this division, I think, to be honest with you. Anyone can beat anyone on any given day. you know, if you're not on your game, you'll lose. But if you're on your game, then you give yourself the best chance to win. And this game will be no different.
And team news-wise, Grant, I think the fans are falling in love with someone like Stephen Bender. What's the latest with his back injury? Have we got any positive news on that front?
Yeah, it is positive. It is positive, to be fair. So Stephen will miss the next. He'll miss the next 3 games. I know that doesn't sound positive, but it's better news than we thought. But he'll be back after the international break, which is positive for us. We had to be careful with his back. He's had a scan. We were worried in case he had done some serious damage there, but it's not too bad. So we're hoping to have him back after the international break. But for me, you know, Dai's been really good. You know, it's good to have, you know, three good goalkeepers here with young Will Blackmore as well. So they're all fighting for each other to earn that spot. But hopefully Stephen will come back after the international break.
I'm probably getting way ahead of myself here, Grant, but obviously there's going to be a question mark on the goalkeeper position sort of going forward into next season. But have you seen enough of Stephen Bender to know he's someone that you might be interested in? You've been impressed by him, is that fair to say? Yeah,
I've been impressed by all the goalkeepers, you know, and the goalkeeping department I always leave to the goalkeeper coach. You know, he's got the bond with him. He's with him every day. He's doing the work. So, you know, it's a good conversation with Tiles, but every time we go and pick a team is, you know, who's the one in form, who's the one that keeps the shirt. Every club I've been at, it seems to be, you know, there's been a real dynamic shift in times, and we change for different reasons, you know, whether it's Doncaster or Hull. You know, the keepers are always fighting each other, and I think it's important to have 2 really good goalkeepers who are pushing each other. So that's something, you know, we have at this football club, as well as young Will Blackmore backing them up.
Yeah, it was also pointed out on Tuesday a number of the loan players didn't make the match day squad. Is that going to be a policy going forward? Are they going to be sort of more emergency options, or are they still in contention for you?
Oh, they're still in contention. Of course they are. What was important for us was the team, the personnel. We picked the right team, the right shape to go and play against Bournemouth, and it was nothing to do with the players were on loan. It was more what was the right team for that game. And you know, again, we'll focus that sort of mindset on the game on Saturday. And if it's a case of the lone players are the ones who come in and can affect us, then that'll be the case. So, but like I say before, I'm still getting to grips with a lot of the players, a lot of the 23s, the 18s, some of the younger ones breaking through. It's trying to get a look and a gauge of everyone and who can affect us long term also.
Yeah, we mentioned as well after Bournemouth a debut for Joe Taylor. What can you tell us more about him, part of his game, and where does he sort of rank with some of the youth players that you've come across at Peterborough United in the past?
Well, again, it's still only early days. I've only seen him over the last couple of weeks, really. I've seen him when Peterborough's under-23s came to Hull, maybe about 2 months ago, and I was impressed with him that day. Him and young Kai Corbett, you know, 2 young players coming through the system. So, lovely kid, really down to earth. Wants to do well. You know, he's a proper boy, really, in terms of the way he works and trains. And he deserved the opportunity because he's been scoring goals for the 23s, and that for me as a manager, and Cliff as a coach, and the coaching staff here, we like to give people opportunities when they're doing well. So Joe deserved this opportunity. I thought he came off the bench and done well. Obviously still young and raw and naive in certain things, but that's what we like. We like to nurture that sort of you know, youthfulness through and try and get the best out of him.